Soft. In this video, we are going to talk about the as keyword and the in keyword in SQL. So let's get started. Now the first one is the as keyword. So as keyword is actually used to change the name of a particular column or table, and we can replace that with any other name, right? So if I talk about an example, that suppose you are having a table, and if you just type this command or type this query that select count star as number of students from student group by subject, so the column that is named by count star initially will be changed with the name of number of students. So if I show you this example, so this will be the previous table that we will have a column named as count star printed in the table, but after applying the command, the count star will be replaced by number of students. So this is how we can actually rename a column name by some other meaningful name according to our need using the as command. So I hope as command is clear. The next one is the in or not in keyword. So this is a very important keyword. So the in operator allows you to specify multiple values in a where clause. Now you know that whenever we use a where clause, we use the equal to operator with it and specify whichever condition that we want to apply. But suppose we do not want a single value, a single condition in that, we actually want multiple values, we can use the in keyword. Now to make this more clear, I will show you an example of this. First, just look at the syntax of the in keyword. So it says select column name. So whichever column you want to select from the table, where column name in value 1, value 2, or and so on. So basically here where condition will have multiple values in it. Now there is another keyword named by not in, which is just opposite of in. So let's look at an example to demonstrate this in and make this more clear. So this is the same query table that we have been following in this video series. And so if I show you the question that we are going to discuss is that write a query to display highest marks subject wise. So let's just break it into different parts. Before the and, we will just first talk about the first question, that is write a query to display highest marks subject wise. So this we know very easily. So if I go back to my online server and if I do select star from student, so you can see my table is getting printed. This is the same table. Now what I have to do is I have to find the maximum marks. So I will just select max marks, and from student table, let me just remove this command because I do not need this. So if I will select maximum marks from student group by subject. So if I look at the question again, the first part says write a query to display highest marks subject wise. So we actually want subject, each subject with its maximum marks, right? So this much query I think will be enough because we are first grouping it into different subjects. So there will be subgroups of each subject, and in those subgroups we will find the maximum marks and then we will print subject wise. So we can clearly see we have got the answer. Let's just print the subject along with it to get the clarity. Yeah, so in programming we are having the maximum of 91 marks. In DBMS we are having 81 maximum marks, and in circuits we are having the 73 maximum marks. So this much is clear, right? So now let's look at the second part of the query. So first part was write a query to display the highest marks subject wise and also display the name of the student who is actually getting the maximum marks. Now we have found out the subject wise maximum marks, but we actually want to find the name of the student who is getting that maximum marks. So let's look at all the possible answers that you all might be thinking and start one by one and see how they are wrong and how in keyword is actually used in this query, right? So a first example would be that you might be thinking that we can just actually add a name keyword along with this and we will also get the name that we actually want, but it gives an error. Now what is this error? That we have seen in the group by video that the parameters that we are using with select keyword should actually be present in the group by keyword. So if we are grouping by subject, we can either use any aggregate function with select or the subject with that subject. We cannot use the name column because that is against the group by policies, right? So this much is fine, and I think this is now we can see that we cannot actually mention this name column in this query. So we actually need to change our answer, right? So another answer could be that we can just do select name comma maximum. You select just name from student table, and we can apply a where keyword, where, and where marks is equal to, very simple. So what we are actually doing with this is we are actually selecting the name of the students where marks equal to the inner query that is giving us the previous answer, right? But what exactly here problem is, let me just show you by running it, that it is giving an error that operand should contain one column, right? This is what I am saying. Now whenever we are specifying the equal to with this where keyword, we actually are saying that the RHS of equal to should be one value, but our RHS query will give us three values, that is subject wise maximum marks. So this is where our equal to will not work, and we actually need the in keyword. And if I run this query now, select name from student where marks in, select maximum marks. So yes, we should do this, and we are getting our names, right? That the we have to remove the subject column because we actually are specifying marks on the LHS and we were giving subject on the RHS, so both should be in the same terms, right? So this is giving us the answer, and here we can also just specify the marks and the subject. So this will give us the clear picture and a clear answer. So this is now clear. The name of the student is Alvin. He is scoring 84 marks and it is the maximum marks in DBMS subject. Similarly, Elvis is scoring 73 marks in circuits and Chris is scoring 91 in programming, and these are the maximum marks. So now you can clearly see that here we could have used equal to, but this equal to will not make sense because with equal to we say that the RHS should return only one value, or the inner query should return only one value, but whenever we are returning multiple values from the inner query, we actually require the in keyword so that we can get multiple output in our outer query. And the opposite of this is not in. So suppose you do not want the maximum marks of the subject, we just have to specify not in, and we can get the remaining two queries, right? So we got the other two rows that were not in the maximum marks, so the not maximum marks are now getting printed. So this is all about the, so if you can see the output of the query, this is the same output, and this is all about the in keyword, not in keyword, and the as keyword. I think it's clear. So stay tuned to add more festoons into your knowledge garland. Until then, please keep subscribing. Thank you.